Whatever. It's after work. Another quick one today. Another of our Mage 101s. Because the campaign that I'm looking at running is going to be a Technocracy campaign, I figured I would talk through a little bit of Magick, or science. The Technocracy does not work magic. The Technocratic Union does not do magic. They do enlightened science. It's magic. Don't tell them that, though. So, how does enlightened science work as opposed to magic? Well, I mentioned it this morning whenever I covered the spheres, that they have different names for the spheres, but in effect, the spheres still do the exact same thing, whatever you call them. The difference is the types of focuses that the Technocracy uses. For example, a mage wants to throw a lightning bolt. That's going to be very vulgar magic, yes, but it would be forces 3, prime 3, maybe prime 2. I'd have to double check that. But forces for lightning and prime to create something from nothing. Now, depending on what type of tradition mage that is, they may hold out a magic wand and say some words. That's their spell. That's their paradigm for what they're doing. They say the right things, they make the right hand motion, and the lightning bolt fires. A Technocracy mage, scientist, enlightened, awakened, whatever term you want to use. I will continue to slip up and call them mages. A member of the Technocracy will still use Forces 3, Prime 2. Whatever they call them, it will still be Forces 3, Prime 2 to throw that same lightning bolt. The difference is, instead of waving a magic wand and saying some words, their ritual for using that lightning bolt is to take out their electro cannon, adjust the setting to 9, aim, and pull the trigger. They're still manipulating the same energy. But, in their mind, the reason it works is not that there is some arcane power behind the words they're using, but because they have faith in that piece of technology. They believe that if they set that setting and they pull that trigger, it will work. And because they have that training, Forces 3 Prime 2, they are able to incant that effect with that weapon. That's it. They use technology, but it's enlightened technology. That gun will not fire for just anyone. It will only fire for a technocrat. Now, don't get me wrong, the Technocracy does have weapons that anyone can use. Those pieces of enlightened technology have their own power source. They are powered by their own source of quintessence. And if that's the case, it's like a magic item. Anyone that sets that setting and pulls that trigger, it will fire. Because that belief has already been incanted to it at its creation. So, there are two types of techno-magic items. There are the ones that work because you are actually using the power yourself, and there are the ones that anyone can use. Now, that's fine for a rote or a procedure, but what happens whenever you want to do something off the cuff? How does that work? I mean, a tradition mage can just say, well, I need to have a force field to block that beam. What if a technocracy mage, technocracy member, doesn't have a force field generator on them? Does that mean that even though they have the knowledge of that, they can't produce that effect? No. It just means that they need to work it into their paradigm somehow. Okay, so you're a technocrat, and you really need a force field. You don't have a force field machine. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this panel on my thunder rifle, and I'm going to tinker with this panel, and I'm going to reroute the energy source of my rifle to produce a static field around me that's going to protect me from laser fire for a few minutes. Okay? It sounds like Star Trek. It sounds like you're just ramming some tech gobbledygook together. The trick is, they might actually not be doing anything of the sort, but that's what they believe they're doing. And if they have the right training, and if they have that belief, that force field will go up. It's a matter of having the right focus items to combine with the right view of the world to have that belief spawn magical effects that in some cases the wielder is not even aware they're casting. In fact, in most cases, they receive the training from the technocracy, they receive the information on what to do, and they're given some technobabble about how it works, which they believe, and they use magic without even knowing it. So the trick to it is watch Star Trek. Listen to their engineers. I'm going to combine this and this and reroute this and reconfigure this to do this. Because as long as you have some kind of tech there that you can rewire, you can produce a lot of effects. Yeah, you're a little bit hampered more so than someone who can just say it and have it happen. But even tradition mages are held back by their paradigm. You know, the example I used earlier, you take that magic wand away from that Order of Hermes mage and tape his mouth closed, and he can't use his magic either. Same thing. It's just a different appearance. It's a lot more accepted by the world. That's all I've got for today. I'll be back in the morning. We'll have a chat some more. Please comment below. Let me know, if you're happy about the change to Mage, or if you want me to get back to D&D. I'll probably bounce back and forth between talking about them anyway. But for now, because I am setting up to run this game in the near future, I'll probably stick with this for a little bit. I'll talk to you later.